the PowerPoint, haven't you?
Yep, thank you very much as always.
Good. Excellent.
All right.
Okay.
1 second. Oops. Hey guys, welcome back to week 4 of the Multi-Battle League. Of course, this is Team CyberBaz, and we are doing our team builder against Team YeetDown. I'm joined by my one and only partner, Baz.
Hello there. Hello.
And we managed to finally, pick up a W last week, but we want to keep it going and, get another win. And this week we are going up against Team YeetDown. Last year they actually had one of the scariest team compositions, and I think we spent like an hour on our team builder just to really get nowhere. And then it's funny because this time the tables have turned, and we actually have some of the Pokemon that we were most scared of from them last year.
Yeah, they had the Lele and the Sharpedo, which literally just went through our team in theory, and they didn't bring the Sharpedo in the end.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from our side, I mean, it really is the other way around. I mean, I think Sharpedo kind of goes through their team with like Psychic Fangs on it as well, so as a coverage move. So, I mean, I think we've got the matchup this time. So, fingers crossed we'll be able to pull it through. There's many weeks left of this MBL season, so I'm pretty sure we can finish in the top half and make the playoffs even though we have had an unfortunate start. But we'll definitely pick things up now.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the standings already, like it's all really close. There are 2-3-0 teams, 4-2-1 teams. I think we're the highest, or second highest 1-2 team. I think we're tied with Duncan and Shofu in terms of battle differential. So still tons of weeks, and if we first want to just make it into playoffs, and for that we just need a top 6 finish. So we're just under playoffs right now, and there's obviously if we win against any of the teams that are ahead of us, that'll give us a boost as well. So it's going to be a really close battle, but just want to get wins whenever we can. And as I've told Baz, even though we're 1-2, we should be 2-1 if a roll doesn't happen against us. And I think we've overall built pretty good teams overall, so I'm still pretty content with how we've used our sources. And I think, like Baz mentioned, I feel pretty good about this week's matchup on paper, at least.
Yeah, so place bets now, then. How many times am I going to worry about Trick Room?
At least 3.
At least 3? I'm going to say like 13, maybe.
Right.
All right, I mean, okay, so my first thought is Lele Drifblim, kind of, there's only really one lead that jumps out of me that threatens that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And that is maybe a Bronzong and Virizion lead. And I say that because we can double into the Bronzong with maybe a Shadow Ball and a Z Shadow Ball on a Lele and knock out the Bronzong that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Virizion could maybe Bloom Doom and knock out our Lele that way. We would obviously threaten the Virizion with a Will-O-Wisp or whatever with Drifblim, or even an Acrobatics if you wanted to do that. That would one-shot it. It's quad weak to it. But then we're letting the Bronzong potentially trick Room. That's one. So I don't know. What do you think, Lele Drifblim?
Yeah, I think the first thing I actually kind of gravitated towards was Lele and Volk again, mainly because, like you, the main threat that I was worried about was Bronzong, and so I was thinking like something if we Scarf Volk. Of course, then we're depending on potentially hitting an Overheat again. But I was thinking the combination of that kind of really blows through them, because it's like Lele has pretty good coverage and is faster than most of their things. And then it also means they can't fake out with Hariyama if they lead it. Also means we have potential Bug Buzz to hit the Hoopa. And I feel like there's not much they can do to really stop Scarf Volk plus Lele, especially if we, for example, throw Hidden Power Ice on Volk and they go with Scarf Landers and we see that we're faster based off, or we're slower based off terrains.
Well, Hooper is Ghost, isn't it? This is Ghost Psychic, so Bug Buzz is only neutral.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It's quad weak to Ghost.
Right,
so
I was thinking of the Unbound variant.
Yeah, it's the slightly less scary one. I mean, they could scarf the Hooper, actually. I mean, thinking about it. I mean, and Drifblim would still be faster, so...
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I was thinking the other potential was leading... I mean, I think leading with Lele is very good.
Yes.
But Drifblim kind of covers the double into the Bronzong, so we could one-shot that, and covers the Virizion, which scares the Lele. I mean, Virizion is literally the only thing they've got on their team that can outspeed our Lele if we are timid. So if we cover the Virizion, Lele is really good. And with a Psychic, Fairy, and Shadow Ball, Ghost, that's the one, coverage, it basically covers the rest of their team. The only other thing I was thinking was maybe a Lele and a Helping Hand lead, because a Helping Hand Z Shadow Ball would still knock out Bronzong. It knocks out even sassy 252, 252 Bronzong, that does. So That was my other thought, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of scared off using Volcarona as a lead now, to be honest.
No, that's fair. I think Drifloon Lele definitely is a viable lead as well. I guess the one scary thing there is if they lead the lead you were talking about with Zong and Virizion, and that we expect them to be like max speed with the Z move, then our turn 1 play becomes like, should we just knock out the Virizion, or do we just go for, like, because they could protect Trick Room, right? Or they could just go for the Z move.
Yeah. I mean, we would have options to maybe protect Delay and Acrobatics into Virizion. If they do have Trick Room, we could have Fungus in the back, but then there's the safety goggles worry as well.
Yeah. I'm honestly not too opposed to Drifloon Lele. I was just thinking, like, where does Lele plus Volcarona fall off as a lead? Just because, yeah, to me, it just seems like Volk protects Lele even slightly better, potentially, than Drifloon, just because it does threaten the Virizion. But then, of course, we have to deal with potential accuracy, although we could just run Flamethrower.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I mean, they could be scarfed Volcarona. They could be scarfed Hooper as well, which it's, I'm not sure it's base speed. It's not 100.
It's 70, I just checked.
But, yeah. But, I mean, I was thinking Drifloon just because it will definitely outspeed anything on the team. And with Ghost coverage, Will-O-Wisps, maybe Acrobatics if we are that scared of the Virizion, it can literally do a lot of work on their team. You know, if they do want to go with Guzzlord or something like that, then we've got Lele to Moonblast it as well. So, which really, aside from Rotom, is the only thing that kind of threatens it. I suppose Blastoise as well with the Dark Pulse potential.
Yeah, although I don't think it should one-shot us, right, after the boost.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I'm fine going with Drift Lele, honestly. I'm content with that.
It's funny how last week you were like, yeah, let's go with Drifloon and Lele, and I was like, oh, I'm not convinced on that.
I think the one other thing, because I like the Ghost Z tech, it's just like Psychic Z seems so good here, because Rotom Heat was one of the Pokemon I was more concerned about, where if we don't run the Psychic Z move, it might be a little bit more hard to take care of, but that's why I think like Sharpedo we definitely should be bringing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Like, when I was thinking, you know, like Drift, Lele, Volk, Sharpedo, those 4 for sure. Metagross still seems pretty decent here because outside of the outside of like a Landorus Z move and a potential overheat from Rotom, they can't hit us for too hard, and Zen Headbutt in terrain does a lot to almost everything on their team.
Yeah. I'm not sure we want... I mean, let's play the elimination game here then. I don't think we want Glalie here. I don't think we want Hitmonlee. I don't think Nidoqueen does too much.
Agreed.
So, really, the last 2 slots are either Metagross, Fungus, or Raichu, and it's one of those that we're dropping, basically.
Yes.
I think Fungus is nice, just in case they do get a Trick Room off. That's 3. But Raichu is also nice to cover if the Rotom is, you know, becoming a pain, and, you know, maybe shield the Sharpedo, which does go through their team pretty much.
I completely agree. Yeah, I think like with Raichu's cute. We can do some fun stuff, obviously, with like Flings Rock and with Sash Endeavor, but it's not like in this matchup specifically. It doesn't scream like, oh, we need the Raichu. Whereas I think Fungus, like you mentioned, can maybe protect us a little bit harder in general, which is quite nice.
So let's just humor me for a moment then. If we did lead with Lele and Drifblim, do we actually need Volcarona? Could we have Metagross and Fungus and Sharpedo and not Volcarona? Because if we want it for Virizion, it's going to have Stone Edge. If we, I mean, that's I suppose the biggest thing. It would be good to hit Bronzong, so we would be maybe lacking another way to hit the Bronzong, so we would be reliant on maybe a Zed, Shadow Ball, and Crunch from Sharpedo.
Yeah, I don't see like I like Volk a lot here, mainly because of the potential one shots it can get, and I don't think Raichu, Glalie, or Hitmonlee are better than it per se.
What can it one shot here though?
I would assume an Overheat would be able to overshoot Bronzong, right?
Probably, unless the heat proof.
Right. Which they could be, but then it would mean Earthquaking would be harder next to Landorus.
That's true, but Bronzong is really the only thing that Volcarona can one-shot, aside from Virizion, which... Right,
those two, and I was thinking if we throw if we are using, for example, Scarf variant, a Hidden Power Ice can just dunk on Landorus, or most Landoruses, unless they're super bulky, like Assault Vest.
Yeah, well, actually, they had the Yachi Berry last week, I think.
Okay. I'd be surprised if they put it on this week, mainly because...
Yeah.
But you never know. But yeah, I mean, even if it's not getting one shots necessarily, I still feel like I like Volk more than I like Raichu or
Okay.
Hitmonlee or Glalie. But maybe you
Yeah.
can convince me otherwise.
I mean, I could definitely get behind Volcarona. I was just posing the question.
Mm-hmm.
So I do quite like all three of the other ones because like they've only really got the Rotom, I guess the Hooper, and the Guzzlord, which I'm not sure they will. I mean, actually, Lele aside, Guzzlord is actually very good against our team. Thinking about it.
Yeah, I guess it's what, Dragon and Dark, right?
Yeah, it's basically a Hydreigon that doesn't float and doesn't hit very hard. It's got a massive amount of HP and can wide guard.
Right. You are not wrong. Yeah, it's only Lele that really can threaten it.
Yeah, because like Sharpedo can't hit it at all. Drifblim would have to like Will-O-Wisp it and chip away at it that way. So yeah, I guess Bug Buzz from Volcarona. Yeah, okay, you've convinced me now. We do want Volcarona. Yeah, okay, you got me there. But aside from those two, and I guess the Blastoise, I was wondering what they can threaten our Metagross with. I mean, okay, so yeah, they've got 4 things that threaten the Metagross.
Yeah,
But
I think Koopa, Landorus, Rotom. Those are the 3 ones where like can potentially one shot, and then like Blastoise, like you mentioned, can be kind of annoying. Or Guzzlord. But
so if we're leading towards Metagross and Fungus is these last 2, then does Rotom become a big issue for us?
well, we're still bringing Sharpedo, right?
Yeah, but that's really going to be the only thing that can like really threaten it off the bat.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it is annoying, but a combination of attacks from anything should be able to knock it out. I would think, like... I guess, I mean, like, the other question is, like, even if we did bring... Like, who would we drop potentially to counter Rotom more? I guess maybe our Raichu, just so it can't Thunderbolt, but Fire-type attacks still do a lot. We can't do much in return, which was why I was thinking of, like, the Psychium Z on the Lele.
So, well, if we led Lele Drifblim, then we wouldn't threaten the knockout first turn on Bronzong. So
which is why, yeah, in my head I was thinking like Scarf Volk plus Psychium Z Lele as the lead.
Okay. I'm gonna do an overheat calculation on Bronzong. I'm sure it would one-shot it.
Yeah, that's a good calc to do though.
But let's just be safe.
I'm curious which direction they invest the bulk in, because they've got to worry about Volk, obviously, but then they also have to worry about Sharpedo.
Yeah. So if they are fully specially defensive, modest max 252 overheat has got a 56% chance to one-shot it.
Okay. I like those odds.
Minus a 10%.
right.
It does. Let's do the calculation on Landorus then, because like the thing that, or one of the things that makes me sort of uneasy about this is if it's just a Yachi Berry Landorus or an Assault Vest Landorus. It's not hard to make Landorus survive a Hidden Power Ice.
Yes, you're not wrong.
So I mean, if it's no bulk, then obviously Hidden Power Ice, yeah, one shots it. But like no bulk and an Assault Vest, and it survives easily.
Right.
Which is why if we did go with Lele, then we could just Will-Wisp it and neutralize it straight away. Unless they had like Sludge Bomb or whatever, Zed Sludge Bomb for Lele.
That's a good point that you mentioned that. We should actually be careful for that.
Yeah,
because in terms of Pokemon that would want a Z move on their team, I mean, Landorus is definitely a big one.
Yeah,
Rotom, Virizion, I mean, I guess Hoopa as well.
Yeah. Is Fungus that important here?
That's what I was thinking too. I mean, it's nice specifically if they go for the Trick Room option, but I feel like we have enough answers to even deny Trick Room to begin with. But once again, it's like, okay, let's say they somehow manage to set up Trick Room, we don't stop it. Then it'll be pretty difficult to stop.
Yeah, then we just lose, don't we, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do want Fungus. I mean, the redirection even out of Trick Room is, and the spores out of Trick Room are very handy as well.
Yes.
And even if it's just to like bait and overheat and the drop on Rotom or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's a big point there, where it's like 2 attacks from like Lele and Metagross, 1 from Sharpedo. That'll be enough to knock out the Rotom. So as long as we get 1 turn of protection, that could be enough.
Yeah. So I think we're sort of very close to the 6 that we want then. Metagross, Fungus, Sharpedo, Volcarona, Drifblim, and Lily. The real question then is which 2 we lead with and what items we want on them. Because
Right.
I think you're leading towards Scarf, Volcarona leading, and I'm leaning to and Psychic Z move. I'm leaning towards Drifblim leading and Ghost Z move on Lily.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do debate time. Which one's best?
Yeah,
So
the main reason I wanted the Psychic Z was mainly because like it covers. Yeah, I mean I think Ghost Z makes more sense if we're leading Drifblim, for sure. But yeah, I guess what I was just thinking with Psychic Z, like let's say they lead Blastoise or like, I mean Blastoise, Landorus. I suppose to be knocking out the Virizion, like normal Psychics are knocking out Virizion and Hariyama, so those don't really need to be too concerned about. It's just the extra damage on Rotom that I want it for. But the more I think about it, the more I think maybe Shadow or Ghost Z is better.
I mean, the only like the Ghost Z is literally just for the Bronzong and maybe to get the Hooper to a Protect. I mean, Psychic does hit everything else better, but I'm just thinking of ways that we can reliably get rid of that Bronzong. Because like if it is a Heat Proof, like they might go Sludge Bomb on their Landorus, which means they'd go Earth Power as well. So they could easily go Heat Proof on their Bronzong because we haven't got we've got Nidoqueen. That's like the only way that we'd really be able to hit it on the ground weakness.
Yes, no, I agree. That's a good point. I think, yeah, the fact that you bring up the special Landorus and Heat Proof makes me think maybe it's better just to go with your lead.
So what's the worst case scenario then if they did lead Lele and Drifblim? Like I put Bronzong and Virizion out there. I don't think they would lead that because it seems kind of weird, like the fastest thing and their slowest thing.
Right.
So I don't think they would. But let's say if they led Landorus and Blastoise, how would we go about that, for example? Because they wouldn't really be threatening. I mean, they'd have to like Rock Slide and Dark Pulse to knock out the Drifblim, and they'd have to like Sludge Bomb and Water Attack into the Lele to knock that out, I suppose. They'd need to double into us, but we would have the faster Pokemon, so we can double into one of those to take it out first.
Yeah.
And just basically win the one-on-one trade. I don't know if they led Bronzong and Hooper. That'd be a weird lead. But we could. Yeah. Okay. So if they lead Bronzong, then to deny the Bronzong anything, we have to double into it with Shadow Ball and Ghost Z.
Yes.
Which leaves Hooper open.
I think I'm okay with that though, right? Like worst case, we trade Bronzong for Hoopa getting an attack off, but then both of our Pokemon still have Shadow Ball to hit Hoopa and to outspeed the following turn anyway. So even if they get one knockout, we still either got Lele, which is our biggest offensive tool, or Drifblim, which means we can set up Tailwind, or just Shadow Ball the Hoopa as well.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Hooper will knock out Lele. It's got 150 base special attack, so Shadow will definitely knock us out. I'm just doing the calculation. Yeah, well, it's not as easy as you'd imagine, actually. Just a modest 252 Hooper on a no bulk Tapu Lele. Shadow Ball minimum is 100%. I mean, they wouldn't go Timid, but if it was Timid, then it's just literally a 50-50 roll on no bulk Lele.
Maybe we could put in some bulk in it then, but I don't know. I honestly don't think, I'm not too worried about Hoopa.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Alright, what if they led Landorus and Virizion? Then, because Virizion is the only fast thing they've got on their team. So if we did, it's always the fourth move on Drifblim that we kind of change around every week. Acrobatics, even with no attack investment, even with an Intimidate, still one-shots Virizion.
I think we definitely should do Acrobatics for this week.
Yeah. I mean, that does just take care of the Virizion.
Yeah, literally just having an answer against, I don't know. Verizion isn't too scary, but the speed is the main reason, like you mentioned. So it's like if they were to deny Tailwind, they could potentially Stone Edge the Vault, Z move. So I like the acrobatics idea. I don't see a fourth move that screams like, oh, we should be running this. And like Shadow Ball, Tailwind, Will-O-Wisp definitely. And I feel like acrobatics is a mighty fine fourth option.
So then knocking out the Virizion, the Landorus can't one-shot anything without a Z move of its own as well. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, can you think of any leads that would be nasty for Lele and Drifblim?
I'm thinking, like, the main thing I'm looking at is maybe Rotom Heat, just because we can't knock it out, per se, if it's bulky. And it can maybe...
Yeah.
But even then, like, Rotom... It'd be really risky to run something like Electric Z move when we've got a Raichu in our team.
Yeah.
So, and even if they did, like, we could just Tailwind and we've still got, Sharpedo in the back. So I'm trying to think, like, maybe something with Rotom. But it feels like we can pretty much guaranteed get out of turn 1 with a knockout.
I mean, even a timid Lele, a Psychic in Psychic terrain, does to a 2/5/2 Rotom H 70 to 80%.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's impressive.
That's a lot of damage. Yeah. So, like, even with it, like, a double into it with a Shadow Ball and a Psychic would probably knock it out, actually.
Yeah.
Unless they went really, really bulky in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they did that, they're not threatening us with much.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't really see a lead that shuts us down, honestly. Like, I think you've sold me on the Drifloon Lele combination.
Okay. I mean, let's think about the potential Volcarona lead as well, just as an option. But it is, I guess it is the potential heat-proof Bronzong, Assault Vest Landorus, Scarf Virizion, if they really wanted to do that. Like, there's potential there for them to catch us off guard. Where I think with Drifblim, we've got safer, better options against almost anything they could lead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe if they had a Focus Sash Hooper, then that could be a little bit of a problem potentially.
Yeah. Even if they did, though, I mean, if they lit, what lead would they have to have with Sash Hoopa for us to really be screwed?
Bronzong, maybe?
Because it's like we're still knocking out the Bronzong turn 1. And, like, they might have Sash, but I don't think they're going to get a big knockout the following turn, and we could just double up into it with the Shadow Ball plus any attack from any of other guys.
Yeah, potentially.
Especially if we had, like, Scarf Volk in the back.
Yeah.
Or not even Scarf.
Drifblim will survive a Shadow Ball from it as well, unless it is a Z Ghost Hooper as well.
Yeah, and I could really see them running the Z move here because it hits us really hard.
I mean, but if they do go with a Z move, then it's not Focus Sash, and we can just one-shot it with
Shadow. So that's in our favor, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, like, I think Drifblim looks fantastic. I mean, and Lele, too. Just looks so good against them here.
I agree, yeah.
Maybe they lead with Crobat and try and Tailwind, but then we can Tailwind as well. So maybe if they went with Crobat and a Scarfed Hooper, maybe, and tried to Tailwind and then Scarf Shadow Ball into our Lele, that could be an issue.
Yeah, although we could just pick up potentially 2 knockouts with a Shadow Ball and a Psychic. Although I don't think we'd actually want to do that. We'd probably only want to knock out 1 to guarantee that we get Tailwind up as well. But,
yeah, because like we'd kind of be forced to try and Tailwind ourselves there, wouldn't we, instead of Shadow to the Hooper? Because the Crobat's the one that's doing the thing. Although, actually, how fast is Crobat? I mean, in that situation, we could maybe just Shadow Ball into the Hooper and Psychic the Crobat. Psychic itself might knock it out.
I think Golbats should be slower than Lele.
Have I been calling it Crobat?
Yeah, we're just too used to it.
Sorry, Golbat.
Let's see.
I know Point likes Golbat.
Oh, it's space 90, so it'll be faster if we're timid.
It is, but if they go full special defense with the Eviolite, then Psychic does not one-shot it. Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive bulk that Golbat's got.
Even then, I don't feel like that's too bad for us.
Maybe not, because like if the Hooper does go down, then we can still Tailwind next turn with our Drifblim, can't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Like as long as we like take care of the Hooper slot, then yeah, I think I'm being a bit too worried than I need to be.
Because they can't really one-shot the Drifblim, so it's like if let's say turn we just Shadow Ball and Psychicked, Even if we don't knock them out, then Golbat's not really doing anything to the Drifloon anyway, and they can bring something in, but then I don't even know if they could get a knockout onto the Drifloon.
Yeah. The nice thing is we don't even have to worry about ally switch, like looking at that Florges and the Rotom and everything.
I forgot it's banned, right?
Yeah, well, it just doesn't work in multi-battles.
Oh, that's what it is. Right.
It's like I've got 4 of the Pokemon, you've got 4 of the Pokemon, you can't switch cartridges.
Right. That.
But so I can't see them. I mean, it would have been cool to play around with, but I mean, I think I'm pretty set on the 6 that we've decided.
I am too. Yeah, I feel like it looks pretty good on paper, but definitely don't want to get overconfident.
Yeah, of course. I mean, one more thing that I was thinking that we could maybe mention in this team builder is we do have the option of up to 3 times this season to swap one of our Pokemon for something that has not been selected by any other team. And I'm not thinking we're actually going to bring Hitmonlee at any point, so we could maybe think about swapping that, because we can't use it in this battle, but the next one maybe. So I'm looking at Ray Drive's team and the teams in the future, and wondering if we would actually use something like a Zygarde 10% or something that we were considering with the draft that we could maybe swap the Hitmonlee for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just thinking if thinking into the future like that might actually get us, something, because we're not using this Hitmonlee, are we? Sorry, Hitmonlee.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. It was a cool idea, but it's just it's tough because we can't fake out when we pair it next to Lele, which is what we want to, and most teams, it just doesn't offer enough for us to really be able to threaten it immensely as a lead.
I mean, I wanted it for the fake out and the wide guard and the helping hand and just basically be a Hitmontop without intimidate, but it's not really doing anything, is it?
Yeah, I think I'll probably try to at least look at the other teams and see if there's any potential for it. But yeah, it's probably if we were to drop one, it would be that guy.
Yeah, so I mean, we can keep in mind that if there's any teams in future weeks that we might feel we've got a bad matchup against, we can maybe swap Hitmonlee for something that would give us a better matchup.
Yes.
But anyway, that's looking into the future. We've still got this battle yet, so I mean, I'm pretty set on these 6. For our decoy Pokemon, we always want Raichu, just for the Lightning Rod mind games. And I guess Nidoqueen.
That works with me.
I mean, Glalie, does that put on any pressure? I mean, actually, Glalie, we did dismiss Glalie pretty quickly. It is faster than Landorus, and threatens a one-shot. It's not faster than Virizion, but it would still one-shot it. It would probably one-shot Guzzlord as well. And the Golbat, actually, thinking about it. Here we go.
So maybe we do want the Glalie. I am pretty content with the ones we've brought, though. I mean, if there's anything to drop for Glalie, I would think the Fungus.
Yeah, and the Fungus is just extra security for the Trick Room.
Exactly.
Which I think it's 5 times the mission out now.
Still not 13, so you're good.
Yeah. I've been holding back.
Yeah, I mean, Glalie could put in work. I just thinking I'm pretty content with the ones we brought already, but
yeah. Okay, so Lele, I guess timid, Moonblast, Psychic. I was wondering if Psyshock could do better here in case it's an Assault Vest Hariyama, or maybe they do invest on the special side on the Golbat to survive a Psychic. Maybe Psyshock could do something. And Zed Shadow Ball. Drifloon with Shadow Ball, Acrobatics. Do we still need Will-O-Wisp and Tailwind? I guess
Tailwind definitely. The question.
Yeah, we do need Tailwind. Yeah.
Will-O-Wisp, that's a good question because we'd be knocking out Hoopa Special anyway. We'd be knocking out the Virizion. It could still be nice against Landorus if they are still physical.
Yeah. I mean, does it really get... I mean, actually, it gets lots of moves. I mean, we'll look into that, but I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Rough set. Volcarona, so we're still thinking Scarfed, again, with Overheat. Bug Buzz, definitely for the Guzzlord down there. Heat Wave and Hidden Power Ice, I suppose.
Yeah. Maybe Giga Drain if we're more worried about the Blastoise, but...
Yeah. Sharpedo with Water Attack, Dark Attack, Protect, and Psychic Fangs, I think, has to be the coverage move here.
That way we can hit Rotom for pretty good damage, actually, as well.
Yeah, and the Virizion after a speed boost as well.
I guess we'd hit Rotom with Waterfall anyway, so that doesn't matter. But
that's true, yeah.
But I like Psychic Fangs, yeah. It just makes our match against Virizion and Hariyama that much better.
Yeah, I mean, it's either Psychic Fangs or Ice Fang, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Ice Fang would literally just hit the the Landorus a bit more. I suppose it would give us a move that would hit the Guzzlord, but then we would actually be a bit, making more use of our Psychic terrain if we did have Psychic Fangs.
Right.
And with Psychic Fangs would actually potentially threaten the one-shot on Golbat, thinking about it, if we needed that.
Yes.
Fungus, just the normal set, I suppose.
Yep.
Foul Play or Clear Smog or Giga Drain. Foul Play, I suppose, hits the Hooper and the Bronzong if we're really worried about those.
I think I like Foul Play here. I mean, like, Giga Drain would only be really nice against Blastoise. That could be enough of a reason to bring it, so I'm still not discounting it. But,
yeah.
I'm okay with either. I don't think it's too big of a decision. And I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards Foul Play just because, like, Bronzong and Hooper are two of the Pokemon I'm more scared of, if anything.
And, well, we haven't got a second Z move, so, I mean, Metagross, maybe the second Z move's down to you. I mean, the only other option is maybe an Assault Vest if we're that worried about it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But Z move could work here as well. I mean,
Yeah,
Psychic Z on Metagross would be pretty darn good against, especially under Tailwind, it would just one-shot almost everything.
Yeah, or, I don't know, Z Ice Punch would get the Guzzlord and the Virizion and the Landorus. But yeah, I mean, I think the Z move on the Metagross. We can select which one closer to the time, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I guess Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, and I guess we don't really need Stomping Tantrum here. It doesn't hit anything.
Is there a move that Metagross gets that maybe can hit the Bronzong?
Don't think so. Does it get like Pursuit or something?
That's what I was wondering. I'm gonna quickly look up its set, but either way, I think we've got most of what we want down.
Yeah.
Just a move or two
I'm
here and there.
pretty satisfied. Yeah. Feel good?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think on paper this definitely looks good. I don't think these Pokemon can be too surprising, if anything. So I feel decent, but we can just finesse the final moves here and there before you play them.
Yeah, Pursuit is its only physical dark attack.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, Z Pursuit's probably power 100, but... but
something tells me that's not going to be enough.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, come and watch the battle tomorrow then.
Yeah, no, that's it. So one of the shorter team builder for you guys, but we think this matchup is okay, so we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see what they bring, especially when, whoever has the better matchup, like the advantage is in their court, right? So people need to prepare extra hard to beat those. So we'll see whether they come up with something like super, super scary to go up against. But that's going to be it for this team builder, guys. Thank you for watching. Of course, go check out Baz's channel for the actual battle tomorrow. And yeah, wish us luck.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Goodbye for now.
Peace. Cool.